Hello.
Hello friends, Coach Bob, Coach Vic with you once again, and today is day 2 of our trip. We had a great afternoon yesterday. We ordered some barbecue that, we'll just say it was barbecue. Actually it wasn't, it was from a barbecue place, but there was no barbecue sauce, no eating utensils. So I ate collard greens and Brunswick stew with my hands and drank it.
I ate a salad with my hands.
It was nice. It was quite attractive, I can tell you. Also, there were no napkins in the bag, so I had to use a washcloth to clean my hands up. We'll just say that
it was interesting.
The housekeeper is going to be like, "What they do with this rag?" Did they have a baby in there? If you're hearing noises, that's the Lifeblood brewer over there going
Coffee.
So yesterday was 349 miles, not too bad. It was pretty hot yesterday, although the temperature was not indicative of heat. It's kind of odd. I think a lot of it was just very humid, hanging air is the only way I can describe it. And then the sun just added to it. But it was a fun ride up. A lot of interstate travel yesterday.
Yes, today we're going back roads.
All country roads. We're going to go through a little Alabama town called Opelika, and then after there is Cuthbert, Georgia. Cuthbert, C-U-T-H-B-E-R-T.
Does everybody list in Cuthbert?
Yeah, they do. It was actually called Cuthbert until they had a little boy and he couldn't say it.
Oh, Cuthbert.
So the first stop, Opelika, like I said, 112.
Hope I like it.
112, 113 miles.
I like Opelika.
You're gonna love it. We're gonna change it to Opelovit.
Opelovit.
And then from Opelovit to Cuthbert is roughly 85, 90 miles. And then from Cuthbert to our old normal stomping ground, which you've seen us stop in several times, Bainbridge, Georgia, is another 75 miles. And then from Bainbridge to Tallahassee, roughly 50 miles. So we're looking at a 320 mile minimal day, plus any side trips, any sightseeing that we might do based on climate, temperature, whatever. I want to say this though, if you ever get a chance to go to the Barber Museum.
Yes, fans out there who like motorcycles and cars, you'll love the Barber Museum.
Now, I'm going to ask a question, especially, this is for you wives out there who are probably reticent about that trip and you go, man, I don't want to do that. Coach Vic, I want to ask you, and you can be honest with me because I want you to be honest with them. They may base their decision on you.
Oh, no.
All right. What did you think of Barber Museum?
I liked it. I don't know enough about motorcycles and cars to know wow, that is the most coolest thing ever. I did fall in love with the Mini Trail 70 because I rode a Mini Trail 70, but I know that sounds so crazy compared to all the motorcycles in there.
No, it doesn't.
But anyway, if you're a motorcycle fan, you're gonna love it. And for the supporters, just being in there and then seeing what it really is, it's eye-opening. I mean, I'm amazed on how many motorcycles and cars there were. And I was asking Coach Bob, did everyone ride these things, or were all these in races?
No, they weren't all in races.
Or what was the significance? There's a significance for each one of them in there.
Right.
But there's a lot.
There's a lot to see.
There's a lot of... It is set up really, really nice. I mean, it's a cool museum. It's a museum.
Well, the other thing is that you have an elevator. You take the elevator up to the 5th floor, and then as you go in between floors, you don't get back in the elevator. It's this downhill span from one floor to another, and it's just downhill. It's crazy.
It's really nice.
Beautiful. Now I'm going to ask you a question because y'all obviously you'll be probably seeing it. I saw a motorcycle. I got a little emotional when I was looking at it. Did seeing the mini trail, did it bring back feelings?
Right about memories, yeah. You want to get on it, right? It brings back a lot of memories of when you used to ride. So for those of you who've ridden motorcycles that are in the museum, you're gonna obviously probably have lots of memories. And then there was I think I have the year right. The 2008 CanAm.
Yes, there was. You had the CanAm Spyder.
There was this CanAm Spyder in there.
That's something I did not anticipate. There was a lot of feelings.
Oh yeah, he got upset on one of
them. But not just the upset, but the feeling memories of when you're a kid.
Right.
If you grew up riding motorcycles, of seeing the motorcycles from that era, whether it be the ones you had or the ones you wished you had. Thoughts of friends who rode motorcycles and kids that maybe you hadn't thought about in decades. All of a sudden you see that motorcycle and it triggers that thought. Also, what did you think of the racetrack and the grounds?
I liked the outside. I liked the racetrack. I didn't realize how big it was. You know, you see it on TV, but yeah, that's it. It was 2.8 miles. I think it's 2.3 miles long. I looked up on the wall. It was really nice and very well.
We'll post a picture of the racetrack. Remember they had that layout on the wall.
Yeah, I think it's 2. I think the track was 2.3 miles.
It's a long track. I mean, in schemes of, you know, international motorcycle racing, most of them around 5K, so which is 3 miles, 3.1.
It was a very nice place to visit, and I'm glad we came here to visit.
So today is going to be a lot of fun travel. We're going to meander back. This is very late for us. It's probably 9 o'clock, close to it.
It's a little gray outside.
It is very gray outside.
Rain?
It's not supposed to, but we'll see. We could get rain.
At least it won't be as hot.
I did see on the news this morning there was a lot of fog in the Birmingham area, and so when I saw that, when I went downstairs early today, there was just no need in rushing around and trying to get going. I just didn't want to ride in a real dense fog. Visibility.
Plus, kind of want to sleep in.
I didn't sleep in. Oh, yeah, I wanted Coach Vic to sleep in.
Yep.
So it was a beautiful trip, but we'll let you see what we're seeing.
A little gray out there.
It's a little gray. It's a little gray.
Gray skies.
So I'm going to fix me a cup of coffee, and next time you see us, we will be getting on a CanAm Spyder.
Another road trip.
It's going to be awesome. Look forward to seeing some of these towns. I think in Opelika they have like an old covered bridge or something there in a pretty town square. Hopefully it's not too brutally hot. If not, we'll get off and check those things out. But I do know that the smaller Alabama towns, they are not wheelchair accessible like Barber Museum. In fact, I read last night when I was doing my research of where we go that Opelika right now is going into stage 2 of application of the ADA. So they're just now becoming fully ADA compliant. They're still working on it. So we know when we go to older cities, we don't get bitter about that stuff, but we do have to understand where we are, know what our surroundings are, so that we know what the hazards are for Coach Vic and me too, because she could fall on me, she could hurt me.
Oh,
Come on, Chuck. Look at them big old muscles right there.
Don't look at my muscles. I'm trying to get them toned up here. I'm gonna get a gym in the house, a weight thingy, a weight machine.
Yeah, we're working on that.
And gonna tone these little thingies up.
They're toned.
I want them like define toned.
You want them 20 toned?
I want to be fit in 50s toned.
All right. Well, I think you already are. All right. We're gonna drink a cup of coffee, then we're gonna load them up.
Load them up.
Chuck them out. All right, Coach Vic, Coach Bob, getting ready to roll out of beautiful Leeds, Alabama, which is AKA Birmingham outskirts kind of thing. Barber Motorsports Museum is about a mile that way, and motorcycles are rolling in already this morning, going to the museum. So just met a guy named Peter. He owns a company called Reason, R-E-E-Z-E-N, R-E-E-Zen, Reason. It's a sunglass company, and y'all know how I am a sunglass fanatic, so be sure and check him out. I'm gonna check it out when I get to the house. What do you think?
You can check it out.
I'm gonna check it out. Check it out.
Check it out.
And for you bigger guys, he's a bigger dude. I'll put a picture like right there. He's a bigger dude. He was saying how sometimes sunglasses just look too small on some people's faces. So if you're a bigger guy, there's definitely something you might want to check out. But he's got apparently sizes for the bigger guys and then sizes for the regular guys. So check him out. His name's Peter, and R-E-E-Z-E-N sunglasses.
Another guy that Coach Bob met.
Yes, ma'am.
Another
you know what?
one.
Motorcycling. I'm telling you, it is the door opener, isn't it?
Yep, and his wife is a motorcycle fanatic too.
So, all right, let's get on the road. Next stop is Opelika, Alabama.
I hope I like Opelika.
Opelika, Alabama. As we roll out of Leeds, Alabama, we just know it's going to be a day of challenges and beauty and wonderment. It's already started out super amazingly cool. If you notice the guy that I met there, Peter is his name. And if you'll look him up on the internet, if you just type in Peter Navy and the last name will import. His name is Peter Navy Tiwasasopo. He's an American Samoan actor. And you know, it's funny, he did not let on that he was anything famous, but he really is quite a famous guy. You know, he played a couple of seasons in the NFL, and and like I said, he's an actor. He's played in a lot of movies. He was in Necessary Roughness in 1991, in a lot of movies. He was in Charlie's Angels. He was Pink's bodyguard in 2000. In 2001, he was a Samoan guard in Fast and Furious. He was also in a fighting movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. In 2002, one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, you're going to probably look down at me after you hear this. But in 2002, Austin Powers Goldmember, he was actually one of the sumo wrestlers in the in a scene in there. I'll let you look that one up. He was also in the Speed Racer movie, Kicking It, and Mayans Motorcycle Club. Now, that's a mouthful, isn't it? That's a lot of stuff that this guy has done. But here's the cool thing. He's a good man. And that's more important than all of the accolades that I could throw on him. I just want to say this. He made me feel like a star. He made Coach Vic feel like a star. He did not have to revel in his own glory. He made us feel special. And that's what it's all about. Human-to-human contact, making others feel great about themselves. And it does feel good when you do that. He later on, let us know through a message. He actually has messaged us via YouTube and has looked at some of our videos and left some very, very high-level compliments, things that I'm extremely flattered that he would say. So I want to let you know, I'm going to put a link right up here to a little video of him where he's congratulating some high school graduates, and he's doing it through a video at a church, and he's encouraging them to take on life's endeavors and do it with honor and class and integrity. We need more men like that in this society, and I want right now, I just want to say thank you, Peter Navy, to Wasa Sopo, for being so kind and making us feel special. So I got to rub elbows with a movie star. How cool is that? Remember I said in the last video, you never know who you're going to meet? You really don't. It is super cool. So as we roll out of Leeds, Alabama, we can see the clouds starting to build off. I've checked the weather bug, and we could be in for quite a run today. The weather is changing rapidly. It's building and not really dissipating a lot. And it's moving and not in the direction we want it to. It's moving to the southeast, which is pushing towards the direction we're going. So I guess only time will tell about how harsh it's going to be and about how rough it's going to feel. But we're prepared for it, and we're going to enjoy the day no matter what. Don't let the rain destroy your sunshine. It's going to be a good day. So let's enjoy our ride. Next stop, Opelika, Alabama. All right, well, no selfie stick. This is the helmet cam. And if you noticed, we're getting some pretty darn good footage. What do you think, Coach Vic?
Yes, we are.
Where are your glasses?
I took them off for a second.
Anyway, we've been chasing this all day.
We've been right behind it, which is nice.
And which has made the ride nice and cool. So, but the reason for the stop is not gas or bathroom. We literally had to reset a camera. That's part of the things that you experience when you become a YouTube guy. So remember that when you're riding along, expect to make those unexpected stops to reset a camera. There you go. But we did miss some good footage of a super cool C10 Chevy truck, an older one.
Oh, yeah.
The guy had redone, he'd lowered it, had a nice sounding V8 in it, man, super sweet. Anyway, you ready to ride?
Yes, I am.
Let's ride.
Yes, recording.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not very, she's the cameraman.
I get it.
That way, because she can see it, you know.
Right. Exactly.
When I ride by myself, I'm always listening for beeps. Did it turn on? Did it turn off? You know. Well, it was great meeting y'all. Y'all be safe on the road and everything.
Have a safe trip.
We'll do it, man. And
look forward to some more road miles ourselves.
So
yes.
what 13 states y'all travel to? Like,
Basically from here all the way up through Colorado and Utah.
Arizona and back down
okay.
New Mexico through Texas.
How long did it take y'all?
Oh, well, it was about 13 days. Had to be quick because we actually
But
went
I
up
also
Colorado.
had graduation.
Yeah, her daughter graduated from the Air Force Academy up there.
Well,
so
congratulations.
That was part of the loop.
That
Yeah.
was part of that.
Yeah, our son's in the Navy. He's in San Diego, and that's why
So that's why
he
you
gave
went
us an
out there.
excuse, you know.
Sounds great.
Well, you guys be safe, man. It was so nice talking to you. God bless y'all.
Be safe.
All right. They mow all the way out. I'll keep my stop tire on the pavement so we can't get stuck. All right, little roll time. Get your gear out, coach. There's mine, and there's yours. Yeah, we're riding into it. It's going to get worse. So, this is going to get bad. Oh, on your helmet? Yeah, you don't want to put it on your helmet. You can. That'll keep water from running down your neck. Now, this is something I do. I always get a ride when I'm riding. The one thing that the Spyder does, if you can hear me, is that water gets in here as well and can impede your vision. So always keep a rag handy and light down, my phone and all that stuff. You can kind of see where my next turn is. I'm here for 50 miles. Hopefully we'll be south of that by then. You can see I've got it pretty full in there. There we go. She's set up. That's it. Now I'll put my jacket on. It is coming. And you can see I don't have a real fancy range on it. I'll put Vic gas. Hers is beautiful. Trust me, it's going to rain. It's up there. It's going to stop here, but that's where it is over there. We're chasing it and we're catching it. We'll run out of the other side of it, but we may be in it 20 miles or so. I just cut mine. I'll keep the water from running down the back of your stick. I ain't worried about mine. The water running over. All right. Okay.
As we worked our way through the South Alabama deluge of rain that we were now in, we were very grateful that we had made the decision to stop. Remember that when you're out riding and you're looking at rain or the possibility of rain, it's always best to stop in a place that you know you can safely do it. There's nothing worse than getting caught out there in the elements and all of a sudden you're getting beat up. I did want to mention, if you didn't notice on the stop, this is something to remember when you pull over to the side of the road. One of the things that I never do is I don't allow the back tire to drop off into the grass. That is the wheel that propels you, and if you get into mud or something slick on the side of the road, then you definitely could get stuck, and that's not something you want to be contending with. Certainly if you're dealing with already the potential of bad weather and limited visibility. Now, we rode a little ways, getting a little bit wet, but we did not want to stop until we had a nice wide shoulder and a spot that also was not over the top of a hill. Well, that's another thing you don't want to do. You don't want to be on the blind side of that downhill side. A truck comes over the top, he's over a little to the right, and all of a sudden he sees you in that emergency lane. And even if you're not impeding his path, it scares him. He may jerk that steering wheel, and now you could end up with a messed up last day on this planet. So think about where you stop, what kind of visibility not only you have, but the drivers of oncoming traffic have. And if you've noticed also, as we look around, the Spyder does a pretty darn good job peeling that water up off the road and kicking it up. But I always keep a rag handy. That's another thing that I do. But let's just roll on into Opelika and deal with the liquid sunshine until we get there. If it looks to you like it's thinning out, I can tell you I've looked at the weather. There's just more stuff behind that and more stuff behind that. It's definitely going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. All right, so we are in lovely Opelika, Alabama, and we have just finished going through
Rain.
about 50 miles of it. It was probably the worst I've ever ridden in. A couple of times got a little squirrely, but other than that, I think we're okay.
Made it.
Yeah. Remember, there's no shame in stopping, and we weren't opposed to that. Never felt unsafe. So there's a little covered bridge here in this town, but we're trying to get south of this weather. I don't know if we have an opportunity. If it looks like when we're driving, if it looks like we can get over to it without getting pummeled by the rain, we might give it a look-see.
It should work out.
If we can't, let's roll.
Raincoat works a lot better than a poncho.
Yeah, never buy a
Raincoat
poncho.
works really well.
We're going to be coming out with a
Anyway.
video here real soon on like the top 5 or the top 10 things you need to know about riding in the rain, because riding in the rain, it is a skill and it is also a very hazardous thing. But to give you a few pointers that, well, could very possibly save your life. So that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. All right, well, without further ado,
We're going back on the road.
let's go see if we can find the Salem Shotwell Bridge. What do you say?
What's it called?
Salem Shotwell Bridge.
Oh, okay.
All right, here we go. As we roll out of the gas station, I just thought I would mention this. There was a young man there, and I can't recall his name, but he gave me very specific directions to get to the bridge. Now, the irony of this is that I was talking to 2 older gentlemen, and he would not interrupt and say anything. He had manners. The older gentleman did not know where the bridge was and did not know how to give me good directions. So this young man held his tongue until they left. And then he asked me what I was looking for. And when I told him, again, he gave me very specific directions and was very polite. You know, manners is something that goes a long way with me. So if you're watching this video, young man, I wish I could remember your name. 2 thumbs up from Coach Bob. You are a young gentleman. So Opelika, Alabama, what is it? How big is it? Well, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. With a population of 26,400, it's a pretty good sized little town. The first settlers were there in the 1830s, and it was named Opelika somewhere between 1836 and 1837. In 1851, the railroad came through there. And in the 1860s, Union raids tore down the railroad, local government buildings, and businesses. Around 1870, they got a new charter, and they rebuilt. And man, is it beautiful. Back then, it was just saloons for the railroad workers, but now it's these huge, beautiful homes. The city is very, very nice, and we look forward to rolling by the park and checking out the beautiful Salem Shotwell Bridge. Photo op with Coach Vic right here.
Oh, you're going to have me sit here?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of you. Want your hat?
Yes.
You ready? Awesome. We'll get this view. Okay, now this. I mean, we've come this far, we might as well. All right, so we went ahead and took the risk. Hear the thunder booming off in the background. It got quite ugly, and it's quite ugly kind of coming at us, but we're willing to risk it for this. This is beautiful. This is the Salem Shotwell Bridge. It's just lovely, man. What a beautiful little town. I'd never even heard of Opelika. As we left Opelika, the weather kept getting worse and worse. It was amazing. All of a sudden, this black wall just poured out, man. It was like there was a big, giant bag of water, and somebody just cut the bottom out of it. But by the time it got really, really bad, we were in a town called Phoenix City, Alabama. So fortunately for us, we weren't at highway speeds trying to contend with this kind of rain. I will tell you, had we been at highway speeds, there's no way I would have continued driving. I would have looked for the first side road, the first church with a parking garage or something to pull up under so that we would not get hammered by this stuff, because it was coming down big time. When I say that inches of water were running across the road at points, I'm not exaggerating. Getting stopped at red lights was a little frustrating. It was amazing. You would look down, and in your crotch, you would have a 3-inch puddle of water there on the seat between you and the glove box of the Spyder. It was crazy. The raindrops were enormous, and it just kept coming and coming and coming. Now, Phoenix City is the sister city of Columbus, Georgia, and the state line is the Chattahoochee River. So I guess when Alan Jackson was saying way down yonder by the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie, I think it can rain about as hard too. So just be careful when you're down here and you get caught in this stuff. It can really, really be ugly. But we knew that once we got on the southeast side of Columbus, Georgia, that we were going to be out of this stuff, and it should be a nice clear day once we get beyond this big giant wall of weather. When we rolled out of Columbus and continued southeast into Georgia, things just cleared up immediately, and it got super humid and hot, as we had expected. Our next place of interest, and where we're going to stop and get gas, is Cuthbert, Georgia. Cuthbert is a historical town, very small town. In fact, the population has only grown 1,600 since 1870. Yeah, that's right, only 1,600 people more in the town now than there was in 1870, with a population of around 3,800 people. The Cuthbert area is the site of a Confederate cemetery, historical homes, and the home of Andrew College. It was founded in 1831 and was the trading center of the Georgia Railroad. So next stop, beautiful and historical Cuthbert, Georgia. All right, Coach Vic and I are here in beautiful Cuthbert, Georgia.
God, I'm not even going to say it. That's not right. Cuthbert, Georgia.
We'll just say that the music here is hindering
jamming.
this.
Oh,
So what I'm gonna do, as opposed to us talking, because I can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Huh? Everything's closed up. Oh, thank you. All right, Coach Vic, now we can talk. That was the Cuthbert Square there.
Was it nice?
It's pretty. Nice little town. I won't say it's a quiet little town because it's not, man. This place is booming.
It's booming,
People
booming.
driving all over the place, music playing. I mean, it's a hopping little town. So it's not ADA compliant.
Oh well, it is what it is. No biggie.
Things happen. Thank goodness it's not an emergency.
No, it's not. Yay.
All right, so we're gonna load Coach Vic up. Next stop, Bainbridge, GA.
Bainbridge, Georgia. Here
Or
we go.
something else, depending on if you get ready to stop. There's a couple of good towns.
Right, if I felt like stopping.
Lately, a couple of little good towns here.
Who we meet earlier? We met a young man named Mitty Mitt. Mitty Mitt.
Yeah,
Or Mitty.
Mitty Mitt.
Mitt. Mitty Mitt.
nice young man. Had a cool car, cool Dodge.
Getting hot.
Let's do it. I'll load you up, Mama.
No more rain. Now it's getting hot.
As we exited the Cuthbert area and hit the road southbound towards Tallahassee, we just couldn't stop. The ride was too sweet and the weather was too perfect. It's amazing on a trip like this the range of emotions you feel. From rainy weather to cold to hot to humid, it really is an exciting thing. It's something you don't get to experience a lot in any other type of endeavor other than motorcycling. Coach Vic and I, being great advocates of athletics, that's one of the things that we love about sports, is the feeling of having to push through something. Just remember, whenever you're put in those spots, don't be hesitant to pull over and just enjoy the moment for what it is. But the ride has been so good, we're going to press on through Bainbridge, and we're not even going to stop. Our next stop is going to be home, Tallahassee, Florida, and we're looking forward to the state line, which is just around the corner. In fact, there it is right now. I want to take this opportunity to ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and click a thumbs up. Everything you do absolutely helps. We do appreciate it, and it really does help the channel grow, and we are trying to grow and continue to bring you quality, positive content because it really does matter to us. We want you to feel a little better and a little more encouraged every time you watch one of our videos, because that's why we do it. So until next time, go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, and remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Go seize the day. We'll talk to you soon.